Hey there, my name is Dr. Nought, and this is Steve Jackson's Sorcery, Part 3. And today, we have lost our traveling buddy, and I'm sad. And so I'm going to go up and see if we can cross this bridge here and make it very easy. If not, then we will figure out something else to do, maybe go west and go south. So let's go north for now. You trace what might be a path, and might be an old river, through the trees of the forest. Afternoon is drawing on. You return to the site of the fallen tree. Provide something of a clearing in the trees. Yeah, let's rest. Whatever. You hop up onto the tree to rest for a moment, and find yourself sitting on something small and hard. Pulling it out from underneath you, you find you have sat on a small brass ring emblazoned with a serpent. Funny that it should be lying here, out in the open, and curiously, the ring is a little sticky with wood sap. Definitely put it on. You slide the ring onto your finger. Then you have rested enough, and it is time to move on. You will either have to clamber over the trunk, or turn back. Now I wonder if this is a la like Lord of the Rings, where we put on the ring and then the things hunting us know exactly where we are. We get hunted very quickly. Wonder. Now the thing is, it's not letting us go across this here. It's going to take us back to this house. So I'm actually going to turn around and just go back. We're just walking back and forth, apparently. That's what I want to do. Things move in the canopy all around you. The sun begins to dip, heading towards the horizon. A gentle breeze stirs the water of the pool. Let's just keep on trucking. We march on. Because down here, we want these things not to be covered or enlightened, if you will, because they will disappear. So we want them to be there. So I'm not going to cross the pool. We're going to keep heading west, this way. The path winds tortuously through the forest. The sun is sinking. Soon, it will be dark. The trees are alive with movement. The movement in the bushes catches your eyes. A glimpse of red and a snake's body. Nope. You pay no attention to it, and the snake disappears from view once more. I think we had this snake issue before, and I just don't want to deal with it. I'm going to see if we can interact with this bridge at all either. Oh wait, no. Bridge. I don't know if this is going to help. Let's see. Let's just head south. I don't feel like going that way. I want to go see what there's to do. I feel like the more we're in the forest, the more likely we're going to run into trouble. But in this game, the more we go anywhere, the more likely we run into trouble. We just need to stay put and we'll be fine, probably. You walk on between the trees, night falls. You need to rest. Underfoot, the earth has been churning to mud, and you notice the branches either side of this route are broken. You check the stem of one of the broken branches. It has not been cut with a blade, but rather, it has been torn apart, as though by something stampeding through. Alright. You pause to check the mud. Oh god. Sure enough, you quickly find a sign. A paw print, at least twice the size of your palm. Suddenly, there is a cracking in the bushes to your right, and you turn to see the towering shape of a wild bear. That is... Does it keep going back? Is this part of it too? Oh my gosh. Should I... No, climbing up a tree is not smart because it turns out bears can climb trees. Do I fight this thing? Yes. Let's go, bear. 8 stamina versus our 16. Let's defend immediately. Alright. So you draw your sword and approach the rearing creature it attacks, and the bear draws itself up to its full height, almost double yours, and opens its paws wide. It's definitely stronger than us. You drop around a tree and raise your sword, ready to defend yourself. At the last moment, the wild bear charges. You brace yourself as it comes down. For a moment, it is close enough that you can smell its terrible breath. You wretch. It rears back, claws raised. Let's go with a solid, I don't know, 7? Damn it, bear. You risk an attack. Rushing forward, you charge at the wild bear, but it has read your intention and drops in a crouch. It squeaks and snuffles, standing up onto its hind legs. Ugh! Yeah, this thing can do a lot of damage. You can almost smell the creature growing enraged, and duck quickly behind a tree. Emitting a thunderous roar, the wild bear thumps forward, unleashing. You swing your arm and refresh your stance. It stumbles away, tail whipped high. It's got a tail? I guess it's got a little tail. Alright, we're doing this dance. Well, I guess if we do this, I'll be down to 8, it'll be down to 0. The smell is getting worse. Splashing through the mud, you race into the wild bear, but it knocks you aside with a paw. It grunts as it pushes you away. The bear drops to all fours and roars. Oh, damn it. That was when I should have done that. Warily, you move into a defensive crouch. The wild bear stays low and tries to ram you. You hold your stance. It edges towards the tree line, tail up. Ah! Screaming, you rush at the wild bear, but it has guessed your move and raises its claws to protect itself. You nick the creature's hide. Afraid of you, it shuffles back. I feel like I should attack, but it's done not a lot. Oh, yeah, okay. That's fine. Warily, you move into a defensive crouch. The wild bear growls and grunts around you. It rears away, claws raised. It's gonna do a huge attack here. Oh boy, it's gonna do a huge attack. I'm not gonna attack. I'm waiting for its huge attack. You remain hidden. The wild bear paces the clearing. It stumbles towards the tree line, tail whipped high. Oh my god, I'm not attacking. It's gonna crush us. In fact, I think it's as... Wait, maybe it's as strong as we are. You edge left around the wild bear, keeping your guard up. It snarls and paces the ground. It edges back, tail up. So it seems to be... Let's see. When its tail is up... Like it... We should be able to attack. Damn it. It's gonna defend with its tail up. Okay. You charge into the wild bear, but it bats you back into the mud with its tail. Seriously? It growls and grunts, rearing up, showing its full height. Defend this thing. You sense the creature getting angry and drop quickly into a crouch. Moving much faster than you might have expected, the wild bear rushes towards you, attacking with claws. You adjust your grip and shift your weight. It beats the ground with its heavy foot. I feel like we should be able to get this. Oh, that's so close. You race at the wild bear. Just as it reaches out to attack you, you cut its attack down. The bear staggers backwards into a tree, which bends and almost snaps. The bear drops its weight and growls. Warily, you move into a defensive crouch. The wild bear rushes at you. At the last moment, you dive aside. You swing your arm and refresh your stance. The bear lowers itself to the ground and grumbles. Here we go. Done. You rush into the wild bear. Then your sword finds a soft place in the bear's body. It roars and tumbles to the ground, quite dead. Shameful. Come on, I think that was good against a bear. You sheath your sword and dust yourself down. A bear, however large, is not enough to stop you in your tracks. You have encountered death wraiths and worse. Wish we could, like, you know, eat it or something? I don't know. You follow what might be a path and might be an old river through the trees of the forest. The moon rises, filling the world with thin silver light. In the darkness, you can see nothing through the curling branches. But we're still making it. That's all that matters. Things flutter in the trees all around. You have reached the edge of the forest. Through the trees, you can see the level steps extending into the night. Now might be a good time to rest before you go much further. Let's keep going. You move on between the dark and shadowy trees, fearing the trip of a tree root at any moment. Alright, let's get out of the forest. You head out across the steppes. More stars come out. In front of you stretches another plain, more rock than dust this time, and built of layers and layers of stone stacked like scattered papers. These are the Klatabak Steppes, said to be the home of strange, half-human, half-simian creatures. Oh good. As you walk, you see a strange sight, a village of listing huts in the middle of open space, with no walls or defenses at all. Ugly villagers lope from tent to tent, dressed in animal skins. The men and women are strong and lanky, dressed in animal skins. By the gate, two creatures stand with hefty wooden clubs. Cladamen. I'm not gonna... What do you want? What kind of spell do you want me to cast? Oh, it looks like I can't actually... Wait, can I get in there? Let's see. A path leads into the village, or you could skirt past. Interesting that... Well, let's go see what's happening here, and we're gonna get in trouble, most likely. Well, let's just see. You approach the guards. They look at you with expressions you cannot read. You look them over. Perhaps they are in awe of you, but there is also a sly gleam in their eyes. Run away. Cladamen are quite literally subhuman, but they are still not immune to bribery and gifts. 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 Jeez. What kind of spell are you thinking I should cast here? Better not be like Firebolt. I'm not gonna risk getting thrown in jail, but I'm probably gonna create an illusion. Or create illusions. No, no, no. What else have we got here? See, I feel like anything that's subjective, like, hey, is it safe to go? I'm gonna get Lorag saying, you idiot, why'd you ask that? S-U-S... Yeah, like, he's gonna be like, it's not safe, there are guards with things on. Rap? Nope. Talk all languages? Like rapping? Resurrect the dead. Interesting. What in the world would that do for me here? Let's talk. You nod in greeting. One of the Cladamen nods in reply and holds out his hand. The other Cladamen holds up 2 fingers. You open your pack to consider what these guards might want. To what? You ask. The Cladamen look at you blankly. I feel like giving 2. I've been holding on to 10 gold for a while. Let's see what happens. You hand over 2 gold pieces. The Cladamen nearest you seems to love the shininess and takes the coins. The other stands aside to let you pass. They do not speak, but one motions towards a fire where an animal is roasting on a spit. Oh my gosh. My in-game self would love to eat. You step into the center of the village. Well, let's go by the fire for sure. You make your way to a space by the fire. Several Cladamen and Cladawomen are sprawled around, singing songs that consist of barks and squawks, and occasionally turning a roach pig on a spit. One stands as you arrive, slapping her chest, and then her head in some kind of greeting. Sure. You reply with the same gesture, and the Cladawoman stares in amazement, then falls about laughing. She repeats the gesture once more. Yes, let's do it. You repeat the gesture once again. The Cladawoman's eyes seem to all but pop out. Suddenly, she leans forward and smiles strangely, drawing up her lips and showing her teeth, but she then begins to pick. This continues for a moment, but when nothing happens, she stops in evident puzzlement. Perhaps she thought she was looking at a mirror? That should be a question, because I don't know what the hell. One of the Cladamen by the fire waves you over and tears off a leg of pig. Yes. You accept the roast meat. That gave me 1 stamina, which is almost raw and barely palatable. Okay, that makes sense now. Another of the Cladamen brings you a mug of tea-like broth that accompanies the meat, the way a running nose accompanies a feverish cold. I guess we can try talking, but none of them are gonna, yeah. Do you know of the Seven Serpents, you ask? One of the Cladamen stiffens at the words. Perhaps he recognizes them, or has heard them from someone else. Either way, he begins to point vigorously at the fire with one hand, while with another, he lifts a handful of dust from the ground and makes as if to throw it on the flames. He repeats this pattern a few times before seeming to forget what he is doing and sitting back in silence. Intrigued by the Cladamen's first clue, you try to ask him about the serpents once more. He begins to merely repeat the same performance. Let's keep trying. You look around for something to use to communicate further. Oh yeah. You pull out the serpent ring and show it to the Cladamen. They cower immediately, trying to hide behind one another. Did you try something else? You indicate your sword, and the Cladamen nod to one another, but it is unclear what they are saying. Perhaps they simply like swords. What's gonna point into the teacup? What the hell is that? Sure, let's do it. You point down into the water in a nearby teacup, and the Cladamen nods. Grabbing a handful of burning fat from the pig on the spit, he tosses it into the cup. The Cladamen whose cup it was becomes enraged, and the two begin beating each other around the head with rocks. Oh my god. Still, perhaps it is a clue. You nod your thanks for the conversation. Suddenly, there is a sound behind you, followed by a hushed silence. Turning, you see a well-built Cladamen, taller and stronger than the rest, approach with unsteady gait. Before you can react, he lifts you and tosses you across the fire to a patch of ground near the gate. The arena... Okay, let's look at our clues before we do anything here. Just a second, good sir, I need to check my scrolls. Cladamen gave you a clue about the serpents, pointing at the fire and throwing dust on it. Maybe the fire one is allergic to dust. Anyway, now I've been summoned to the arena. Now I shall defend my honor against that. Okay. The large Cloudman stumbles after you, growling loudly. You cannot understand his meaning. Then he raises a large club. As such. Greet him. I'm gonna get smacked if I do that. Let's cast a spell this time. I don't feel like fighting a fair fight. What's this one? G-A... Okay. Cause fear, if only. How about L-A-W? Control non-intelligent creatures. Are they considered... Oh, they are subhuman. I don't know if I want to test that. I feel like it should work, but I don't know. Illusion of treasure. No. I mean, that would cause like a distraction. We could probably lay like a smashing blow on him. But at the same time, no. Did I do this one? I can't remember. Resurrect the... No. Those are my only options. What do we got here? S... Oh, here we go. S-A-P. Cause depression. If this one isn't anything... Okay, I know there's danger. Let's cause depression. Let's see what happens. Maybe he'll be too sad to fight. You weave the constellations into a pattern around you, but the Cloudman seems unaffected. It seems that he is so out of touch with his feelings that altering them has no effect at all. Okay, let's greet him. Oh, we just get clubbed. You nod in greeting, and the creature takes the opportunity to strike you on the head with his club. It is clear he does not fight fair. Down to 9 already? Crap. What was the other one? No, I don't want to resurrect for... Oh my god. L... This one? I don't feel like... Shit, let's see. You cast the enchantment and begin to attempt to take control of the Cloudman's mind. The spell only works on unintelligent creatures. Now you will find out if they truly are unintelligent. The Cloudman raises his club to swing it down on your head. Let's try it. You hold your nerve, trusting to your spell. The Cloudman's great biceps tense, and then the club comes crashing down. Where does it hit? Hitting into the Cloudman's own groin. Yes! His eyeballs twist about in their sockets like flowers, turning towards a sudden ray of sunshine. That is a weird analogy. Then his face turns a deep shade of blue and he sinks to the dust. The other Cloudmen around the fire nod appreciatively. They seem to consider this a fair, ordinary fight, and you are the clear victor. The other Cloudmen go and find their fallen companion. One of the Cloudwomen slaps you on the back, making you cough and sputter. Another Cloudman beckons from outside a nearby tent. His face is painted with strange spirals and markings. Alright, so the painted Cloudman. Let's go here. Let's get something. I need to rest now. Like, this is too low. You head over to the beckoning Cloudman. From his tent, you catch faint wisps of strange herbal smells. I'm not attacking him, are you joking? He is no doubt their local sorcerer. You nod a greeting, which he returns, placing both hands on either side of your head. Then he begins to murmur a strange blessing. You feel strength, filtering deep into your bones. Holy moly, 20 out of 20? His gift is powerful and deep. When you step back, you feel stronger, taller, and more confident. I'm not attacking him. You bow in thanks. He smiles and walks away from the fire. Let's just leave the fire now. We don't need it anymore. You stand and take your leave of the fire. Let's just actually get out of here before any more trouble happens. The village has no walls. You slip between two huts and back out onto the plains. Alright, so there's this thing. Let's head west, and then we will call it good for this episode before we head to this thing. You march onwards, ascending and descending as the ground breaks and changes level. The dead of night is still and cold. Sleeping out here would be ill-advised. You'd be exposed to both elements and animals. You should keep moving. And that's what we'll do next time. We will keep moving. I'll check out what this is, and then we will go down these ways. Across the Cloudman steps. Alright, so thanks for watching. As always, take care, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.